All right, so they say, what is love? Love is infatuation. When you take away the aspect of commitment, love is pure infatuation. When you're no longer passionate about someone, you're simply dedicated to him or her. Love that is in infatuation is not really good love because, well, we often let our obsession become the root of the relationship, which might mean we're focusing more on the idea of being in love or the idea of the relationship than the actual relationship itself. Almost like we like to be in love. You might be, this is not the man for you, but you like being in love. You're almost fooling yourself that, yeah, there's a man for me and we are in love and we on the wee road and whatever. But are you really in love? You know what I mean?
You know, there's always say that at like this time and age, unconditional love is far and gone between people, you know. There's always limitations and boundaries that are set between individuals, things you can't do at all else are leaving here. But have you ever experienced unconditional love?
Yeah.
Right now?
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me.
Oh, God.
Don't hurt me.
Wait, there was.
Let's give a little reminder. Let's give a little dose.
I feel we had to play some love songs.
Then they say those that love is about compatibility.
But remember, we had a whole discussion about
Being able, you're compatible with somebody and you could.
Conditional love. And we've always, and this is a statement that was said a couple years ago, and I hold on to it dearly and believe it. A lot of people don't, women especially, hate this statement, but it's factual, at least I believe it is, that men are loved with a condition as opposed to unconditionally. And that's a fact. Women love us with a condition, never unconditionally. We are loved. Children are loved.
I think children are loved
unconditionally.
Yeah,
children are loved
hands
without a
down.
question of a doubt.
But I think we as humans always put these conditions and sometimes want to put people in boxes. How you perceive I as a wife should be.
Or
so
vice versa.
Right. So
I as a
you have
husband should
it.
be.
In your mind, it could be based on your environment, your home life, how you grew up. This is how love should be, right? My mother didn't work, you shouldn't work. My mother stayed home with the kids, and this is how it should be. I will go out and make the money and come home. So when you try to come out of that box now, when the wife wants to do her masters and also have a big job, and you were like, no, this is not how marriage is. So sometimes we try to put things in boxes which shouldn't be. Love's supposed to be free.
Everything in boxes.
Love's supposed to be free. You should be
am
able
all
to
in a box.
talk to your ex if you want. It's
I am
free. It's free.
I am all in a box.
And again, public perception and public and society too has caused all of those things to just go astray. And how people think you should function. Like how you say, Nikki, you should be free and it should be, you mad? That cannot work.
Yes.
Because from the time we talk to you and your friend tell you, you let him talk to her? You see that? First, friends and outside influences always causes a problem. Always causes a problem.
All right, so 88% of people say that love is the top reason they get married, the main reason they get married. Still, 88%.
Yeah, it would be.
Not for money, not for oops, whatever. It. And Rudy real grinding, you know. Real grinding. By yourself.
So guys, going into the topic now. You ready for it?
Yeah.
The topic after all of that.
Was it already?
Nah, we had a part to state. After all of that is only open to say, is it possible for a human being to have all those emotions we just spoke about
And all that love.
and all that love we just spoke about for two people at the same time?
Prof, I answer that quick.
Bala.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Benzema.
Is it really love? Can you really love two people?
Of
We're not
course you
talking
can.
about loving your wife and you're infatuated with your
Of
side. We're
course you
talking about
can.
honestly falling in love with two people. And there are those that say there's no way that could happen because if you loved the first person, there was no way anybody else could enter into that realm of love.
It's be complicated because you may love that other person, you know, but the person that you're with ain't really like that person, eh?
What?
That's when ego comes in.
You understand? Alright, say me and you together.
Uh-huh.
Like I might tell you I have an ex-woman that I in love with. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to like her, you have to love her as well. And that is where the complications will
Correct.
come in. Because now it's a pull and a tug. So when
I'm not
we
sure
together,
I go like this conversation.
when we if we
I just
together,
feel
right?
like my blood pressure.
No, but
And
Nikki,
you,
let me ask you
will
something.
and you will understand that I in love with this woman. Automatically that going and create feud.
Let me ask you something, Nikki. Where was it written that can happen, or was that something society has placed on individuals?
Well, again, society, cultures, etc. I mean, because okay, we have to
Just
talk
answer honestly and
yeah,
openly.
but we have to talk about like the Muslim faith. It's accepted in that faith that a man can have many wives, etc. And it's accepted in that culture, right? For Christian homes, it's not accepted. It's under the Catholic way, because religion ties in a lot to it. Under the Catholic way, you're supposed to have one partner for your whole life.
But who wrote that rule?
Again,
No, I'm just saying. Let's
look
be
in-
mature here and ask the questions that people ask. Why
and it goes
is
back to the question of are humans supposed to be monogamous, or again, has society
Forced
really
you into that
forced
position?
it into it? What happened, Rudy?
Nothing.
No,
So
think about
that
it.
will always be the question, because animals don't do it. There may be one or two
No,
that
no
made
animal
for
does
life.
it, boss.
Yeah, there are one or two that made for life. But
Them birds and them is locked up in a cage.
yeah,
Them love birds.
I think that there is it penguins? I think penguins made for life.
Penguins is one, eh? We know this.
Yeah.
We know this. We saw documentaries on it.
We saw documentaries.
Real
Come on.
one.
All
We
right.
saw documentaries on it.
So, interesting that is it normal? Are we going against science when they say that you're supposed to be monogamous for one person for the rest of your life?
I think polygamy and monogamy, there are a lot of people who could be polygamous and people who could be monogamous. Right? It's not for everybody. At the end of the day, if I am with you and we have an agreement, we have an arrangement, we in love, there must be some sort of understanding between the both of us. We have to reach to that level where we could bring somebody else into the picture. You understand?
What? I just
If we're not in that space as a couple,
right.
and especially if it is all right, we building at the end of the day, it's about building community, you know, Nikki. Building
community.
yeah, building community.
That what you
building
doing? You
empires.
building community.
I want to build an empire.
Keisha, who down the road and we community?
No,
is
not Keisha. That Keisha is just infatuation. That is infatuation. I'm talking about somebody who bringing more to the table than just a physical pleasure, sexual pleasure. I'm talking about holistically.
Wow.
You understand? They could bring something to the table, not only for myself,
What's the name
but
of your
for
church again?
the community.
Because
You
that's what you
understand?
song. They're singing cultish. What is the name of
Oh, it's
that?
sung in cultish.
Rudy of Scientology. Church of Rudy. I want to figure out
But your woman have to be on the same level with you.
Where
That's what I'm saying.
in Trinidad
Where?
could you establish that mindset
There's
and live a happy
There's
life?
no specific place that you
Okay.
can do it. It's all in the mind.
So evolutionary.
It's all in the mind and the body.
It's in your mind.
It's
So
more,
let's
it's
go to
more,
the psychologist.
It's an inner search you have to do within
So
yourself.
you're about building
to
community.
reach that point, of course.
All right.
And
It's
let
all
me
about building community.
explain why. They say evolutionary psychologists have suggested that men are more likely to have extramarital sex, partly due to the male urge to spread genes by broadcasting sperm. Both males and females, these scientists say, try to up their evolutionary progress by seeking out high quality mates. So that's a part of it too. That's why. So it's not that they're saying naturally we are gold diggers, but we just kind of want the best to breed with.
Right.
It's in our genes to want to breed the best.
Nothing wrong with that.
Right?
Of course you want good for yourself.
All
Of course you want good for yourself.
They say we have evolved.
where G stand
Because when you think
Good
about
genes are
it,
there. No wrangler.
caveman and them, you know, we have evolved. The human species has evolved to make commitments between males and females in regards to raising their offspring. So there's that bond, and they say that bond is kind of what kind of keep marriages, etc., together. So, and even in polygamy and stuff like that, it's the children that keep people agreeing with it or accepting it. All right. Polygamous, my poop. I guess she's not agreeing with that. Yeah, whales mate for life and then they die together. No, it is not possible to be in love with two people.
I want to hear you. Can't just answer and then tell us why. We need to
let's
know why,
know.
because you have to have a reason. as
Into
to
the panel. I love the topic this morning, and I like that thing Nikki brought up about Catholic and Christian faith, because the same Bible we study as Christians or Catholics says that Solomon had many wives. Yet, as a Christian, as a Catholic, you're only supposed to have one partner. Even the man not supposed to follow Solomon as they do in the Muslim faith and have many wives. So that this thing is men wrote the Bible. So you have to believe that they wrote certain things accurately and that God approved of Solomon having many wives. And yet it's men again, when I say men, humans who came up with this idea of one partner when you're marrying.
So you want to hashtag be like Solomon?
No, it doesn't matter. Hashtagging be like Solomon is always
I know
good.
what you
I am
mean.
not an atheist.
Yeah, you kind of wonder.
Of course, there's
But
a
I
higher-
always
there
go
is
to
a-
the I always go to the fact that it's all about interpretation, and people
Yes.
try to force these interpretations on you how they get it, and they try to pull out things that suit them. It's like memes.
Exactly.
It's like quotes. Women who are hurt
That
use
is what
quotes
religion is.
that comfort them to try and say something, but it's not really how they feel or it's not the experience they had, and that's what happens all the time. People tend to shift things to please themselves.
Christian out in Montreal, thank you. You can love two people. At times we break up and go with others and fall in love, yet still all the while loving the ex. I have unconditional love for my son. I think love in a relationship is overrated at times. It's not always reciprocated.
True.
My last exclusive relationship, I loved my girlfriend and the side woman the same way, 110%.
At the end of the day, I think the trump is always compatibility. If you are it's like you and Jerry, compatibility is what drives and carries the relationship the distance. When the things you think of, when you think about something, the person who are there, you could actually make a decision for that person comfortably because you're in tune with them. When you see you have to study, if I could do that, but God, that actually is because that's going to be a scene. You start to frustrate yourself down the road. From the time you have to study, boy, that good man. And then when it happens, you see, I should have never seen it. I should have never do it. And it just goes downhill. Compatibility is the driving force in any relationship.
And it's something you have to keep working at, because there are times, Jerry have said that, he know I'd react a certain way, so he wouldn't tell me something, and I'll be like, no, but tell me, even though you're not gonna react,
Tell me
tell
anyway.
me.
Yeah, but anyway.
But you have to keep communicating.
But do not forget
to get better at it.
Compatibility does not mean lack of love or empathy towards that individual. It just means you can't mesh, but it doesn't say you whole hate or ill will to the individual.
Father Abraham had many sons. Come on, Nikki, you think it's 111 that be all them things for Father Abraham? Come on.
Hey, all it is end up there, boy. All it is end up there. Oh.
Yes, you can love two persons at the same time. My children's father has a common law wife and me, but I can't love two persons. Okay. Yes, you can, especially if you meet them at the same time and you're going down good and you don't want to give up none of them. Yes, you can love two people at the same time. Well, you have to give us a little. Kamisha, where's that one, boy? Give me a
Can
little.
just say you love people like that and don't elaborate.
Shmelo, good morning. Shmelo.
Hello.
Morning, Maria.
Shmelo.
Got your thoughts, yo.
Jaiga, you're 100% right today, man. 100%. Perception. You know how much time I'll see a thing. I'm watching she every day. I'll be like, oh gosh, I'm in love. My heart bubbling. I can't even talk. Finally build up the courage to talk to that thing. I don't love she by the evening. I love gone.
Sad boy.
It's obviously infatuation.
And bro, you can't say thing. Come on, guy.
Yeah.
Come on, guy. Better than that. You can't say thing.
Well, we know where he stands.
Yeah. Morning, Trisha. Morning, Chris. Chris is my boy. Love is a combination of feelings.
It is.
There's no one true meaning to love. 21 trillion mean to love. Yeah.
There's a whole host of different emotions. Because look like this. Jihadists, right? Look a perfect example. Jihadists do what they do out of the love for what their scripture reads. And on the flip side of that, we look at them with hate because they will kill 2,000 innocent people. But in their mind, they do that with loving. All you understand that? They do that with love. Not a jihadist ever pawn a bomb and say Allah Akbar and didn't think of love. They never did an act in hate. Every act that they do is in love.
Wow.
Hello, morning.
Morning, guys.
Morning.
Morning, Lily.
So first of all, before I get steaming mad and all this rain, I think let us not refer to women and girls.
Yeah, but
as a thing.
I dealt with that already. Quick, fast.
Thank you. Before I get steaming mad. Right. Nikki, build a bear in the States where you go and you put together the different pieces and you make a perfect bear.
Wow. Wow.
I think that is Jaiga Hush.
Wow.
I think that is men's version of love as opposed to women's version of love, where it would work in the reverse, where a man would be with a woman, he love her, but she missing something. Or she missing two things. And then he would see somebody else, and she has those two things. She has good qualities too, but those two things, he can't drop them. So here he is in two relationships with two women because they have created the perfect bear. Women, on the other hand, will find a man, love him, fall in love with him, and love him. And the pieces that he's missing, compromise and say, well, he's just a human, he's not perfect, and do without it. That's the difference in the two of us,
Okay, cool. I like the analogy.
Understand it.
Makes sense. All right, cool.
Thank you, Lily.
The analogy makes sense. Maybe that's true in some cases.
Yes.
It's true in some cases.
Yes, you can love two people at the same time. Every man in the Bible did it. So as a man, it's our duty to follow our biblical examples.
No, that's an off statement.
You're on some lewd.
Of course, they love two people at the same time, and of course it's natural, but I think in most cases, restraint is the thing that separates us from animals. Animals will fight if somebody come in their territory or something, and it have things in place in society to ensure that society could progress or continue, as Rody say, building a community. So fight, assault will be illegal as a human. So it's not to say that somebody designed it so that you have one woman. I think it's just somebody say, okay, maybe building families would be better for society, and they decide that, but naturally you could love two people, I think.
It makes sense.
You see how fast black people is breed?
No, what he just no.
I'm talking about what he's saying.
No, but what he
how
just
fast
said
black people
makes
is breed?
I think everybody is.
No, it's a certain.
What do you mean?
No, it's a certain oh gosh, what going on there? It's a certain cultures that won't breed as fast as people.
You have
They cannot
empirical
do it.
evidence of this rule.
And when you
Look
say-
at India and these other and these other
And
places.
Asia, that the Asian people, this real mixture, you know what you're talking about.
That's what I say.
That's his
look
point.
at how much they look how fast they breed. They breed faster than other cultures.
You're trying to say they're hotter than
All
everybody
right,
else?
look at the Caucasian society, right? Look at the Caucasian
Landscape.
group. They are of the minority because they don't breed as fast as a black person.
We need some empirical evidence.
I mean, in a perfect world,
Look around the world.
someone who can be monogamous will be with someone who is also likes to be monogamous, and someone who like multiple partner will be with someone who likes multiple partner. That would be a perfect world, but
that would be a
we don't have labels that we can see what are the qualities of someone else. We end up mixing and matching, and probably that is the beauty of humans, that we are so different and makes it more exciting. Otherwise it would also be very boring.
A little too excited sometimes, huh? Usually for you to love somebody else means you've cheated, right?
Not necessarily.
Well,
But I want
Emotional cheating or
answer,
physical cheating?
I want to answer the
You've given part of what you have for your husband to somebody else, is what I think he's trying to say. And thank you, Dwayne. He says, Jaiga, you're a great family man. Rudy, you're a great person. And I still find Nikki's an amazing woman. I'd love to meet her one day. Thank you, Dwayne.
Oh,
We
Dwayne.
appreciate it.
All right, let me. He said something about two masters, right? I always say you can't serve two masters. I totally agree with that. But when you're talking love and emotion and feeling, you can't use the same. You can't use masters in the same sentence. Why I'll say that? Because if you fall along and break your foot and get cut, it's two pains you're feeling. One is pain and you're crying. Sadness, pain. So when you're talking love, you cannot separate. You can't say love is a yes. I understand with the analogy he uses, putting it in a category of a blessing. Yes, if you speak on it as that, but you cannot speak on love as a blessing. I think the blessing is being loved. Not loving.
So, exactly. But no, not only that, but I think many people go through this life without somebody loving them,
That's what I'm
and
saying.
they
Being
love
loved
it,
is the
and they
blessing.
loving somebody. So I think when you really meet somebody and you're like gel and fall in love and on the wee road, it is a blessing. It is really a
yeah,
good
I understand,
thing.
but I think the bigger blessing is being loved.
Of
Not
course.
loving, being loved.
I ain't here.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When somebody really loves you, that is the blessing.
Neighbor want to know if Dwayne went Bishops and Tobago.
Morning, guys. I think it is possible to love two people at the same time. However, one may receive a little bit more love than the other based on, something that other person does differently that, gives the little more oomph than the other person kind of thing.
Yeah, neighbor say, Dwayne, you talk good there.
No, Dwayne made a lot of sense. I'm just saying in the argument, well, not the argument, in the discussion, you also have to look at all sectors and all borders and all corners. And all I'm saying is, I honestly, this is my belief, I'm not saying it's not written anywhere. I think the bigger blessing is being loved.
What was Dwayne's point? Because I didn't get to hear.
His point was, you can't serve two masters, and he thinks that
he
love
knows
is a blessing.
And that you
So
can't be
God-
in love with two people, because he used me as an example. He said, Nikki, in love and your marriage and stuff.
Could you feel the same way for
could
somebody
I feel
else?
the same way? But not only feel same way, but feel like that's still with Jerry. You understand what I mean? Obviously, if I go outside and start to love somebody else, I've strayed at something. Yes, I still love my husband, but I meet an ex-man and I love him too. It's like, but the two of them can't get the same kind of love, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's because of where you class the word love. When you class the word love and you put it
It's
in
a
a box
strong
like
emotion.
that, it's impossible to do it two ways. But you can have shared emotions that have love manifestations for two people.
Two people, right?
We making a point where as Jerry is oblivious to what is going on.
Well, yeah.
Well, that is not the point I drive in.
God, you still going back to your
I'm just
community
saying.
there, trying to build, brother.
No, when I'm making those points, it's not in the sense of your partner not understanding where you
understand
stand
that
and where
is
you
not
stand in the
trying to build,
relationship.
bro.
That
You
is not
understand?
realistic. I think many people keep another love. They might have somebody from the partner, because there's no.
Rudy and his community, he's
I
trying to
do.
build.
I shouldn't say there are
I'm
no women. There are
concerned.
many women doing it, right? Loving a
I
man
think
and knowing
I think Lily hit the nail on the head with her.
how women and men perceive.
Correct.
Right. But what I'm saying is, men and women, if there are women who would love a man knowing he loves another woman, right? Right? They will give him all their
That
love.
they have to give.
That they have to give. The man now has to split his love between his main woman, I guess. Because I'm assuming there's a main and an outside, because there's very rare where both women are on the same level. And
That's
they-
not rare. That only happens in a case.
That's still, you know how that rare?
That's not rare at all.
How that
Because
rare?
No, where
single
both
men.
know, but that they both know about each other, and they know that he have two women. That's what they're saying.
They have that.
That's not rare.
People live comfortably like that right now. This is a new world, a new brave world. Like I watch a show.
And the two women know what's going on.
Yeah, there's a show called Good Trouble.
Uh-huh.
It's a millennial show, but very fresh. They're showing you the aspects of new world living in the past
Yeah, that's
10 years.
Yeah,
There are
I
couples
agree.
who and listen to this one. I'm part twist. There's a young lady who's totally in love with this guy. They live together, and his side piece is a man. And she knows and very comfortable with the fact that
somebody brought that up too.
I'm telling you, there's a whole new way of living these days.
Woo!
You know how that working?
I don't know how it working, brother.
All right, so what
she
happens,
said that
right?
he is
Yeah.
fulfilled. He's
I don't
fulfilled.
mean in that way. I talking about community right now.
Oh, community.
No, I'm telling you, that is
But like, you know, we may laugh at it and stuff, but yeah, realistically,
we only laughing
that's
because we don't understand
Yeah,
and
but
don't
that's
live
a
it.
new way age of, because you know, I was talking to some college students the other day, which is like 20, 21, that age group, right? Firstly, how we would say, I was talking to girls, so like lesbian relationship. I don't even want to class it as
No,
a
you can't.
lesbian because
That's
it's
it.
not really. It's more experimental kind of sex during the college days. So it's not really strange to hear I had a girlfriend.
No, it's not.
But she's not a lesbian, if
That's
you know
a
what I
normal
mean.
thing,
I had a
yeah.
girlfriend. Or a fella having two girls.
Troupling.
Oh,
They have
a
couples and now they are trouples.
So
Yeah,
things
the
have changed.
Trouples is a new thing now too. That's
Things
very
have
common.
changed. And they also have this kind of thing like, why would I want to tie you down? You know, this kind of free love kind of way. You know, do what you want to do and let me do what I want to do. So
And there are couples who look for relationships outside with one individual that could share their space and live
And
comfortably.
that is within you too, eh? You if I'm in a relationship with you and you feel tied down, that is on you, you know. That is not so much to do with the relationship. That is something that you need to address.
no, well,
can't
there are
say
some
that.
people.
What I'm
There are
saying
some
is-
people that make you feel tied down in
Yeah,
a
some people
relationship.
can.
You can't even look at
But
somebody.
then you need to get out.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's
We
We
easier
have
to
callers
get
who
out.
call in all the
It's
time
easier
this week.
said than done, though. The getting out part is easier said than done.
That unwrapping of the heart. Now, many people say many studies say that we stay with people, even those bad relationships, because we're comfortable. And unwrapping on that comfort, look, you just drop the chair and so on. So time pick up, we have a routine, it's comfortable. I'm not happy, but we're comfortable, and many people choose that comfort over their own happiness.
So what about I want
'Cause
I
happiness
want to
is
see
expensive.
what about I wanting to
Facts.
see what happens when you do give up?
Well, it's strange
You know,
when you
it has
talk
some
about
people-
the giving up.
Yeah.
See, you know what happens when you don't give up? You get diabetes at 45, you lose a leg at 55, and you're dead at 57.
No, but
So you're saying
we were talking
that
about
what
that.
happened to you?
You're the way already. I do a barbecue just now for chair.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Morning,
You
Giselle.
doing barbecue for a
Yeah.
chair? Goddess!
Nikki always trying to convince hubby to stay home and cuddle. Yeah, he know. If I feel we now meet, the man going to work, yes. Giselle, you want to tell you? Put
Hello.
a little
Hello, good
Netflix
morning.
chill.
Hello, good morning.
Oh,
Hey.
Daddy, you know anything about love?
50 says it best in his song, 21 Questions.
What is that?
What's
Listen to it properly.
Okay,
line,
but
huh?
give us a line now.
Yeah. Well, we know this.
Would he love me if I'm broke
Yeah,
in the morning? Would
Yeah.
he love me if I still didn't smell good?
Good. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Would he love me if I make jail?
So that's love you mean?
Yeah?
All right, cool.
All right.
Yeah,
All
united.
right.
Let me see.
That's a whole next round
Kinda hard to
again.
love somebody when their arm burning, eh?
Morning.
Kevin.
Good morning, everybody. Good
Oh.
morning. I think Ronald is so pro in the house.
Yep.
Morning, pro. Yeah, Kino, why? Good job last week, Solia.
You know, wake up.
Let me take a crack at this. Love, I think love is a pool of infinite emotions. Infinite being the operative word in this statement. We as humans was given the gift of choice. And the emotions that we choose to take out of that pool of love is what creates the bacchanal in life.
Interesting.
True.
At the end of the day, always have a choice. Always.
People in that time of lifestyle are called swingers. It's pretty popular in North America. Well, no,
No,
not
that
really.
swinging is a different thing, boss.
Different.
Truffles
you're
and
in
swinging
a
is two
committed
different things.
relationship,
Two different things.
and only married a few years, and
And
you
you
know,
decide- You try a thing.
You decide you wanna
yeah,
bring
to
somebody
bring
else in
somebody
the
else.
Like a
right.
swing. Truffles are when you are all in a committed
All,
relationship.
yeah.
The third person is committed to you and your partner, and your partner and always go down.
A wise man once said,
Hey,
and I quote, I in love with Betty Lou. She sister Mary says she loved me too.
Yeah, both of
We
them,
both
brother.
of them.
Correct.
We
Both of them, the
them.
mighty sparrow.
Hello, morning.
Yeah, morning, Ojo. Nikki, already hear this.
Morning.
Sometimes, morning. Yeah, sometimes you're involved in a relationship, and the person you love in the relationship, the wife or whoever, you love them for life. But because that things are not happening in the house, you go out and you get what you're missing in the house outside. Yeah, I love the person by staying with them because I get away and not getting home. You know? Yeah, so
you believe you can love two people at the same time?
You could love someone, genuine love, but appreciate what the other person is doing for you because you're not getting it. So it's love and appreciation.
All right.
I don't have to love two personally in the same way at the same time.
Yeah, I agree.
Of course, conflict.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, brother.
Okay, guys, so to put a twist to this, do you believe that, or what are your thoughts on if you love someone that you will always love them? It may not be in the same type of way, but you will always love them.
Yep.
What's wrong with that?
Many people can relate to that. As you say, you meet the wrong time, wrong place, in a different time and space. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear it.
Wrong time and yeah.
Hello, morning.
Hey, good morning.
Morning.
I'm doing. The guy who just spoke about lacking something home and then going out and getting it. I think sometimes what we confuse is the potential of something for love.
So you think that's infatuation then?
Well,
that would fall under the infatuation.
Because, Nikki, again, I like to use an example. Jerry might fill a lot of gaps for you. If you decide to go out Jaiga and up in here, but if you decide to go up with Jaiga might have something that Jerry mightn't have. But do you really love Jaiga?
Yeah. Just filling that space.
Yeah, just a little void for a while. Mm-hmm.
But your true love, the love, I mean, you could fall in love twice in your life. You could be married to somebody for years and fall out of love, and then you marry somebody else and you fall deeply in love with that new person. That's fine. That could happen. But to love two people at the same time in the way that we talking about
somebody not getting the full package.
Somebody's getting the short.
Yeah, getting short.
All right, cool. Again, I
tend to disagree a little
that
bit on
is
that.
What?
I too. You know why? Because
you feel that two people emotionally can get love from the same person.
Are they going back to the tradition of putting love as the one box and calling it that? That is why people are saying you cannot have the same. It's humanly impossible to share the same emotions with everybody. With somebody, it's impossible.
Somebody who love Jerry.
Never, ever.
But that don't mean that's the only kind of love it have.
Exactly.
So if you catch with anybody, like I say, Rody said that there are different types of love.
Anyway, back to my community. What I'm saying is, if you are bringing somebody in the picture, it has to be that they are benefiting the both of you all,
Okay, so can I ask you something?
Get them! I'm in love with Betty Lou. She sister Mary says she love me.
And his sister, both of them. Both of them. All right. So let me ask you something.
See how the art form is the greatest thing in the world?
Are you being selfish if you want to try to be loving two people at the same time? Because you obviously can't give either one 100%. Right? Of whatever this thing called love is. I am not dedicated to you 100% because I love somebody else. Are you being a little selfish, wanting the cheese?
Society will call you selfish.
The cherry and the whipped cream and everything.
Hold on, society will call you selfish, but who is to say that you're not giving 100% to each person?
How can I physically, emotionally, mentally give 100% to two people? Is that possible?
Yes, depending on what the recipient of you wants.
I guess it depends on what the other person wants.
Take care 150 and the next one 150. That equals 100.
Yeah, I could message a female.
You understand?
And
all of a sudden,
that is
you have a one-end match, Jaiga.
Love for her.
All of a sudden, he have a one-end match. Talking about probability and stuff. Let me.
Good morning, Breakfast Party. This is Lennon here in San Diego. My whole take on the situation is you really can't judge anybody on how they love. If they want to love two people at the same time, that's just them. If you can only love one, you love one. But if somebody think that they can handle the responsibility of sharing
I like that
love wholeheartedly
And
around two people, that's just them.
And
Love is a responsibility.
It's a huge responsibility, you know.
A very big one.
That's when I
Huge, you
say
know.
when men play with women's hearts and make them feel that they love them and giving them everything, and this time they just play
It is a
them.
huge
The heart
responsibility.
is such a
fragile.
oh God,
tissue.
haywire. Let me hear haywire.
Ocho, well, good morning.
Good morning.
Are they talking about love this morning?
Love.
People in our love for one person, but I want to divide that in two. Well, here I'm telling you, love is a feeling. It is dead. Have a blessed day, Ocho.
It is dead.
Hey, you have to love him.
It is
All
dead.
you talking about love this morning? It is dead.
It is dead. Facts. It's facts. She like.
Hey, why we love you, you know.
You understand? It's an
Doing some
emotion.
loving this stuff. That's how I feel too, Dwayne.
Wow.
Love that's dead. What a Leon.
It does some people feel that way.
It's called micromanagement, Nikki. We can love more than one person at the same time. Micromanaging.
Once you put that word love, it will always have an issue. You cannot say you can love two people at the same
Again,
time.
it's how you perceive love, how I perceive
Exactly.
it.
So you can't say you can love two people at the same
It's
time.
a little technical.
What you can say is that you can share your life with two people.
So why somebody can't say they could love two people?
Can't. You cannot say you can love two people at the same
Hello,
time.
good morning.
It's oxymoron. Hello.
Morning. So me
It's
again.
oxymoron.
So I just remembered during exam time when I was in literature, we were doing a local book called Summer Light, and in that book had different short stories, right? And one of the stories was called Love Orange, and that's the first time I feel I understood what love is and was and should be. The story was about a woman that had love to give, family, self, spouse, whatever, but it all came from one orange. And if you check the different segments of the orange, they all taste the same. So if she took it as one orange, she could give it to one person. But if she broke it up into the segments that it was designed to be in, she was able to give the same love.
To multiple people.
Everybody that was a part of her life without anybody feeling like
They get gripped.
because it was the same orange and different segments of the orange. So I feel based on that, because for me back in that time, that was the thinking I got from it. It is possible to give the same love to several people and the whole.
Okay, let me ask you something, Lily. But if I want the whole orange, I ask you, you just give me a peg?
You're greedy.
No, but if you're telling me you're giving me an orange and then you give me a peg, I'm
No.
feeling short change.
So if I give you juice, so if I give you juice,
For you to get the whole orange, because one of the segments has to belong to her.
correct is right. You
want the
can't.
whole
You
orange,
cannot
so you
give
just
up.
want me to leave myself on. Done.
Exactly. That's what a lot of women is
You
want
want
people to
everything.
do. They
So
want
what
you to
I'm
just
saying
give
is,
up
then
yourself.
That is no longer love, because then that love not reciprocated, because you asking me to give all of me.
To you.
And you not doing the same for me.
Hey, John Legend them cause that. John
If
Legend
I
cause
love
that
you
fall
and you
here.
love you, who love me?
But you know, between you and me, I want you giving your peg to any and everybody.
I don't like the
Yeah, this
Lily,
one
have
have
a
a
good
peg.
day.
That one have
Have
a
a
peg.
good day.
Rody have a peg.
Hey, I just eat mango.
Chino have a peg.
I just eat mango.
Pro have a peg.
No. That I need to find that short story, but that makes a lot of sense.
It
though.
makes sense. Yes, but my point with that story is, yes, all the pegs tasting the same, but
I don't like
me,
the terminology peg, please.
but that is what you share out is the pegs from the
not
orange.
necessarily. She didn't have to cut it up in pegs.
But-
She could have squeezed it. All right, in the juice.
No, we are
Come on.
saying pegs.
Come
Well,
on.
exactly.
I
Okay,
don't
let's juice
like
it.
the peg.
You giving your juice to everybody.
I don't like the juice.
I like pig.
I don't like the analogy in orange. Let me take orange out of the whole thing. I find orange kind of
All right.
loose.
You give
Orange
a
loose.
mango. You let this one
Stop.
suck.
No, I don't.
I like
Let us
pigs.
not speak about fruits at all.
All right. So let's
I
go
really
back
like
to the
pigs.
juice. You tell me you're giving me an orange, right? So I expect an X amount of juice in the cup. But you just come and you give me, I get a little sip.
Everybody get the same sip of the
See,
juice,
it's-
Nicole.
How
It's-
everybody in this?
It's your
If
expectations too. It's your expectations
Exactly.
too.
If you offer me an orange, I
Yeah.
expect a whole,
The whole orange.
orange, or at least
It's
half
your
an orange.
expectations is
I
the
don't expect a peg
Yeah,
from
But if I
the
give you
orange.
the whole orange, I will have none.
Well, then don't tell me you're giving me an orange.
No,
So what to tell you?
You have a peg for me.
Now even your expectations, you're being
You
judgmental
have a
as well.
sip for me. Don't tell me, Rody, here, next, you want an orange? And I say yes. And I thirsty because I tell myself, yeah, I'm going to get a glass of orange juice. And I get sip out it, I will feel unsatisfied because you haven't given
'Cause you
me
want more.
half of the what you promised.
Okay, but let me ask
You
this
didn't
though.
offer me, you want a sip of the orange? No, you say you want an orange. And I say yes.
But
So
here
I
the
prime
problem
up
with that.
myself for the orange.
Here the problem with that, Nicole. You asked me for orange, right? And then I give you my orange, and then I have no more oranges to give.
And you're not going on.
Well, then you shouldn't have promised me the orange. You should have promised me half the orange. But real people out there promising the orange, but not giving the orange, giving a little, take a bite.
As we understanding does come into, yes.
Good morning, Jaiga and Nikki. As that last voice message said, love is an infatuation and love is a thing from your heart. So love is a thing if you don't know. Because I met someone recently. I happily in love with my woman, but I met somebody recently, right? And the person have them people too. But the connection me and this person having, right? The connection me and this person having is very real. It's very, very real. But as this song said, you gotta take your time because love is a thing could bring you up plus take you down.
Yeah. Love to send people mad.
I see mothers do it all the time, man.
What?
You talking about love, right?
No,
Not
that
just,
it can't
not
come
just
for mothers in
relation-
this country.
No,
It can't
no,
put
no.
mothers in this,
Listen,
brother.
But that's love too.
Nah, that's
If a
different
mother,
thing,
if a
brother.
mother have
no.
5 children,
You cannot put
Unconditional
that.
love for
But
all.
mother will
What
eat
is
for 2 weeks and make
unconditional
sure
love
she
we
try
talking about? Where's the difference between
No, they
a
cannot
mother loving a
compare
child?
mother
Alright.
love to man love.
Cannot, brother.
Listen,
Who woman
man,
ain't going to
listen
need
up.
for you to eat?
Huh?
A mother will go days without eating to make sure
So-
all her children eat. Who
Roddy, where-
woman you going and
So our
find?
wife can do that?
Wait,
For
your
the
mad? She
husband?
going and eat
Why
home.
not?
She eating out, brother, and come home and watch you and say, oh, you need nothing
Hey,
either.
why
But she
What kind of
eating.
woman are
Like
living
a
in,
horse. It's there.
You'll have to love
So
me
you saying it's
wild.
only your mother is the only person that will leave herself undone for you?
Yeah.
Maybe that's the purest and
That
truest
the purest
form of
love,
unconditional
purest,
love.
purest.
And that is where it goes back to. It goes back to
Because,
the mother.
So you really feel you could get a woman to love you just like your mother?
I have a woman that's love me just like me.
All right, so
Oh,
would
wow.
she, if it have only
I
food,
apologize. I'm sorry.
if it have
Wow.
only food for you,
Your mother is
she will-
cussing so too?
Probably.
Yes.
Your mother is cussing so too? Wow.
What?
Let me hear why again.
And that love and dying, Nikki, from my heart. I love all you too. I wish all you are blessed there. Watch the weather and don't get wet. Oh, Joel, put some love in all your heart. Some real love.
Love this dead, eh?
Sharing love is like I was sharing water blessings.
Wow. How Mr. George now? How George jumping?
There are religions and society that would totally agree with the fact of sharing love with multiple partners. Example, of course, polygamy in Christianity.
Mother failure. A mother love is totally different than a wife love.
Yeah. You can't compare the
Could
two.
never
the-
compare, brother. If you
Jack, so
believe
you
in your
don't
heart,
want to use orange.
if you believe, Rudy, that you could, a woman
Jack.
loves you just like your mother, congrats.
Alright. Not.
It's two different love, Rudy.
It is two different love,
love.
but isn't love?
No.
Yes, you can't come and say
I
that.
be loving Marlon and then tell me I love any child the same way. Marlon love different.
What she was going to say there?
Marlon is a kind of love
See,
that's
when
kind of
when
send you crazy
When
too.
you bring any physical aspect, right, that is what change everything.
Yeah, sex.
That is what change everything.
Why you
when you
cut
start to
off?
talk, because that's the biggest difference, you know, is that you're sexually involved with this person, and it creates to me it creates
Yeah, sex. Once you cross that line, it
that is the only difference.
No, of course,
I
Rudy.
got many more
What is
differences.
wrong with you? Let it go. You cannot compare man-woman love, woman-woman love, man-man love to how a parent would love their child.
Never.
So
Well,
you
then
don't
we're
want
not
to
speaking
use
about
orange, right?
unconditional love
So let's use watermelon and eggplant. The woman have the watermelon. You could only eat that or make some juice with it. Or the eggplant now, you can make choker, you can curry it, you can,
What
bake
is
it.
neighbor's point?
You can do all kind of thing with
Trying to
it.
figure it
That's
out.
why man just feel they can share the eggplant all over the place.
See me? Hello, good morning.
Hey, morning.
Yo.
Right, before I make my point, I want to ask a question. Do you all think that the views on this topic would differ from male to female?
Well, yeah, that's why we have Mars versus Venus, you know?
Right. Okay, good. So, what I want to say is you can't get a perfect 100% product in a man or a woman.
Right?
Correct.
Right, a woman might lack certain things in a relationship that a man in this present circumstance would go outside of the relationship and acquire. And without the wife knowing or the girlfriend or whatever. The only difference now in the topic that you're talking about with the trouble and stuff is both parties, meaning the woman and the outside woman, know each other and they are willing to accept each other in a relationship. Doesn't that mean the same thing? It's just one person knows as opposed to both parties know when is the trouble?
No. A trouble, you're getting it confused. A trouble is when the man and woman collectively want to include someone else in the relationship. They share the equal attention. It's a different. Listen, it's a real life relationship that goes on now. You know, this person functions in their life. When they go out, they all three go together. This person is like they want a child, but a sexual relationship. It's weird. It's kind of crazy, but that's what it is. It's not a matter of this what the woman understanding or the man understanding. It is a collective decision with man and woman saying, hey, babe, I think it's time, like how you buy a dog, they will go out and look for a woman. Or man, vice versa.
Just of your opinion that it's just the difference is one person know as opposed to both parties know each other.
No. It's not that. It's not that. All right, buddy.
Those that grow up with daddy honing mommy all the time, he wasn't wrong,
And they think
leave
some
her
of them
for a
think that
younger
is love.
woman, or all of that is. There are people that say, if you don't hit me, you don't love me.
Correct, is right.
That
Because
they could use.
them
It's
things.
ironical that they could use that same love and slap in the same sentence.
Correct.
And again, that's how people perceive some things.
It's crazy. I can love different things, but I can't love two people. I love McDonald's. I love Tajam. I love the hot form. But I only can love one woman.
Yeah, boy, Chris, boy.
Fire for that.
Fire.
You see, that's the next.
That's not the best example, eh?
No, but understand what I'm saying. If you want to put that's when you're using the word and putting it in a box. If people saying love is like that, you're telling me it's okay to love multiple things, but it's not okay to love two people. So you can't use the word love just like that. That's what I'm saying. Because as he rightfully said, you could love people like KFC and all Castle.
Men only discover monogamy and love when they need their woman to recognize their signs of stroke. It's true. Many men, that's when they getting older, when they get sick, that's when they believe in monogamous relationships.
Rudy, you want a wetness for a partner?
I'm realizing the difference in opinion is basically man and woman, meaning women will say you can't truly love two people at once, and men say you can. Well, let that be that. She agreed to only love me, and me agreed to only love. It works. It works. If you let nature takes its place, but people try controlling others, is when you have confusion.
As I
here.
say,
That's what we
Some
say.
people try
If you
to
let
control.
it naturally morph
Correct.
into what it's supposed to be, it will do
As
that.
I say, Lily hit the nail on the head this morning with the comparison that she gave. Women compromise more than men, right? Men, their whole thinking is about building, right?
And spreading.
And women is about making sure that foundation don't drop down.
And the family.
That is what it is about, and it creates a balance. The both of we can be on building.
Such an interesting topic. It is really thought-provoking. But what I want to know is who introduced this way of monogamous living on us human beings. They said that in the earlier time, it was very open, I guess caveman all the early years. But because they realized the importance of both parents in a household for children, I think that is where the whole monogamy thing came into society, that for the children's sake, we need to give up that way of life and
I read somewhere that's not what it was though. But it was more in a case of when in going back to we partner, Genghis, right? What happened was when he started to take over colonies and lands and whatever, his laws and the structures of laws is what created it, because they needed people to stay home to protect certain things and protect wealth and build and that kind of thing. That is why it started. And then religion came into play. That brought a whole next zone again.
They say monogamy may not be natural for human beings, but many of us still think it's the best choice. All right.
Okay, finally.
I want to take Jam out of the situation and let me see how far this love going. Take Jam out of it. The watermelon and the bygone and the orange, move it aside. Put it over so. Take it out of the equation. Let me see if we could have that unsullied. Wait, is the unsullied type of love going?
Real.
And see how far this love thing going with us.
The unconditional one you're talking
The
about.
unsullied love is a different, it's a different thing,
different
but
kind of
there is no ever jamming.
Yeah, but I shall say, take jam. Take jam. Take the jam in you.
All right, guys.
Take jam.
That's it for us. Another edition of Mars
Take the jam in you.
versus Venus.
Buzz.
And
jam.
Huh?
Take jam.